studios of KSBI Television in Oklahoma City, this is Oklahoma's College and University Academic Challenge Bowl. Teams from your favorite Oklahoma colleges compete for school pride and thousands of dollars in scholarships made possible by the Chickasaw Nation. This is Mind Games with your host, Jennifer Reynolds.
Hi, and welcome to Mind Games here on KSBI. This is a high-stakes battle of the brains between Oklahoma college students. We've got thousands of dollars in scholarships on the line, and that is all thanks to our very generous sponsors, the Chickasaw Nation and the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board, so thanks to both of them. Let's go ahead and meet tonight's team members. From Seminole State College, we have Garrett Stinnett. He comes to us from Maud High School. He's studying zoology. Megan Goff is an English major from Mason High School, and Cole Kilpatrick is a fine arts student from Tecumseh High School. So welcome to all of you, and good luck. And from Northeastern A&M in Miami, my hometown, so I know that it's Miami and not Miami, Tyler Leach is here. He went to Watts High School. He's studying mass communications. Zach Keir is from McDonald, Missouri, studying business administration. And Ryan Leach is from Parsons, Kansas, and he's studying construction management. So welcome to all of you, and good luck. We have a couple of rounds of toss-up and bonus questions when we play Mind Games. Players earn money for each correct answer, and that amount goes up in each round. If the team interrupts a question, though, and then gets the answer wrong, the other team gets $10. At some point in the game, we'll also have an Oklahoma Energy Resources Board special question that will pop up that'll be worth an extra $250 to the scholarship totals they take home. $10 of that will go into our points for this game. We also have a couple of flash rounds, so get ready to play along with us. Let's start tonight with a quick flash. We're going to start off with NEO by coin toss. Each team has 30 seconds to answer 10 questions, each of them worth $10. We got the clock, so ready and go. On January 12th, subway riders around the world rode without pants.
False.
Incorrect. Conditioner is applied before shampoo.
False.
Correct. Romeo and Juliet is set in Verona.
False.
Incorrect. Guthrie is west of OKC.
True.
Incorrect. Latin is a Semitic language.
False.
Correct. Concentration is the lightness or darkness of a color.
True.
Incorrect. Linus is Charlie Brown's brother.
False.
Correct. O Tannenbaum is the German. I didn't get the question out. All right. Conditioner, obviously, we put off. There's no law that says you have to, but generally we put it on after shampoo. Guthrie is north of OKC. Hebrew and Arabic would be Semitic languages, and the concentration is not lightness or darkness of color. That would be value. Also, Charlie Brown, Linus is Lucy's brother, not Charlie Brown's. Okay, now on the board. Good job. Now we're going to turn to Seminole State College and make sure our clock is set. Ready and go. Liverpool, England is on the Pacific.
False.
That's correct. The O in Jackie O stands for Onassis.
True.
Correct. The big bad wolf terrorizes Snow White.
False.
That's correct. Veal comes from sheep.
False.
Correct. Discover is a credit card company.
True.
Correct. Cupid loved Psyche.
False.
Incorrect. The null set is imaginary.
True.
Incorrect. A Florida man was murdered for texting in the theater.
True.
Correct. The top of the column is, all right. Let's go ahead and correct our false answers here. Liverpool, England is actually on the Irish Sea. The big bad wolf terrorizes Little Red Riding Hood. Veal comes from cows, not sheep. And the null set is a set with 0 elements. Everybody's on the board, so let's move on now to our first round of toss-up questions. This is where you'll buzz in to answer. Each side can jump in. Our first category is literature. And before we start, let me tell you that we'll have 6 minutes or 12 questions, whichever comes first. So in case you haven't watched for a while and you're a little rusty on that and you guys want to be reminded, that's the scoop. We're going to go ahead and start with the category of literature, and our clock begins right now. This is a term used for a Persian collection of 4-line poems. The best known example is one written around the 11th century by Omar Khayyam. The Rubaiyat is what we needed. History is the next category. He was hired to find a northern passage to Asia. The northeast passage was blocked by ice, so in 1610 he went northwest into Canada after a crew mutiny who was left on a large bay now named for him. Cole.
Hudson.
That's right, Henry Hudson. History bonus question for Seminole. What relative of Henry Hudson's was tossed ashore with him when the crew of the Discovery mutinied?
Jones.
Close. It was John, his son John. All right. Science is the next category. These devices use cesium-133, exploiting the frequency of transition between states of atoms. What are these devices used by GPS satellites and NTP servers as extremely accurate timekeepers? They are atomic clocks. Fine Arts is the next category here. The simple lines and subtle embellishment of his paintings are related to his love for Japanese art. What artist's arrangement in gray and black #1 is a silhouette portrait of his mother? Whistler's was James McNeill Whistler. Whistler's mother. Does it ring a bell now? Pop culture is the next category. It's the name of a trilogy by William Faulkner and a website where you can check the veracity of urban legends. What is the 6-letter word? Snoops. All right. That does not mean we're under Klingon attack. It means it's time for our OERB special question. And we will begin with Seminole State College. You will have a 3-part question, and Megan, I'll need you to answer, but you can confer with each other briefly. In Oklahoma boom towns like Three Sands, oil companies often provided housing for their workers. What feature differentiated the houses owned by different companies? A, type of flowers planted outside. B, markings on the curb. C, color of the paint.
Colors of the paint.
That's right, C, colors of the paint. All right, now for NEO. What superlative was applied to Seminole County's Cromwell in its heyday as an oil boom town? A, the slickest city in the West. B, the Texanest city in Oklahoma. C, the wickedest city in the world.
A, the slickest city.
It was actually C, the wickedest city in the world. It was a pretty wild and crazy place. All right, moving on now to our next category of literature. In 2005, the back cover photo of illustrator Clement Hurd was edited to remove his cigarette. What classic children's book by Margaret Wise Brown gives nighttime salutations to the green room? Megan.
Goodnight Moon.
Right, Goodnight Moon. Here's your literature bonus question now. In Goodnight Moon, what object goes with a comb and a brush?
A bowl of mush.
Got it. Bowl full of mush. We'll take it. Mush is really the operative word we needed there. Okay. Good job. Science is the next category. Darwin's first paper was on the formation of this biome. Acidification dissolves the base material of this ecosystem. What is this most diverse aquatic ecosystem built by tiny relatives of jellyfish? I think you got in, Zach?
Coral.
Coral reef. Do you need to... Coral
reef.
Coral reef. All right, thank you. Science bonus question for you now. Sayed Malha Bank is the largest of this type of coral reef. They may have coral islands or keys on the rim. What is this ring-shaped coral reef that encircles a lagoon partially or completely? Nothing? All right. The hardest word in the world to pronounce. There are 100 different ways. Atoll, atoll. You can say it almost any possible way, but that's what we needed. History is the next category. He was chief liaison to China in 1974 and CIA head in 1976. In 1980, he labeled Ronald Reagan's plans for massive tax cuts voodoo economics. Who was this vice president under and then successor to Ronald Reagan? Cole.
George H.W. Bush.
That's it. George Herbert Walker Bush. 41st president. History bonus question now for Seminole. What president said, "We are all Federalists, we are all Republicans," after winning a contentious election?
Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson it was. Good job. Current events. Next category. In 2013, Mia Farrow told Vanity Fair that the father of Ronan Farrow, born in 1987, might have been, instead of her then partner Woody Allen, what legendary blue-eyed singer, her husband from... Megan.
Frank Sinatra.
That's right, her husband from 1966 to 1968. Here's your bonus. Ronan Farrow graduated Bard College at age 15 after Yale Law, UNICEF work with Mother Mia in Darfur, and high-level State Department roles. He now has a show on this network, home of Rachel Maddow. This is a bonus question. Time? Got to have an answer? Nothing? All right. MSNBC. Humanity is the next category. Here we go. This form of inductive reasoning supposes that an unknown subject can be identified by observing its habitual characteristics. What test asks if something walks, swims, or quacks like a certain bird? Nobody? Walks like a duck, talks like a duck. It's the duck test. Geography. Was going to be our next category, but the bell rings, so that's the end of our first toss-up round. We'll be back in just a moment with our first full-length flash round. Be right back with more of the college edition of Mind Games here on KSBI.
KSBI is getting a new antenna. Viewers with older TVs who use converter boxes to receive HDTV signals must rescan the converter box to add additional TV stations. After you rescan the converter box, you may be required to manually enter channel 23.1 and 23.2 into your converter box, which should automatically redirect the box and your TV to channel 52.1 and 52.2. For additional help, go to re-scanokc.com.
Now, it's your chance to try the hottest selling hair removal product in the world. It's No-No from Radiancy, the long-lasting hair removal breakthrough that gives you no hair with no pain.
I don't have to worry about my mustache coming through or my sideburn, and that's all because of No-No.
No-No continues to receive rave reviews. Plus, it's become a worldwide sensation with over 2 million customers in 50 countries.
I don't see it coming back for weeks, and with shaving, I will see it the next morning.
Call now and we'll rush you everything you need to get rid of your unwanted hair. And get this, you can try No-No risk-free for not 30 days, but 60 days with a triple guarantee. See for yourself how No-No delivers long-lasting results. If you're not 100% satisfied, return it, and we'll refund the purchase price, refund the shipping, and even pay the return postage.
Call 1-800-243-9546 or visit trynono.tv now.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to home. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com. Next SVU.
I got blood.
This boy has a secret to kill for.
It was my fault.
His father would do anything to conceal it.
I can help you.
Who will turn on who when it comes to murder?
No one's closer than Dad.
Law and Order SVU. Viewer discretion advised. Monday at 8, 7 Central on My Network TV.
Think funny, okay?
Join in on the fun. Be sure to catch The Cosby Show tonight at 11 and 11:30 on My KSBI.
Welcome back to Mind Games College Edition here on KSBI. We've got a good game going between Seminole State College and Northeastern A&M. We do move on now to our longer flash round. This time, each team has 1 minute to answer 15 questions, each worth $10. We'll start with the team in the lead. Again, we're going to put 1 minute on the clock. The team in the lead being Seminole, so I about turned the wrong way. Everybody ready to go?
Yep.
All right, we got our clock? Okay, go. The main stadium at Flushing Meadows is named for Arthur Ashe.
False.
Incorrect. In myth, visiting the Pythia meant a trip to Alexandria.
True.
Incorrect. The Janissaries were Chinese elites.
True.
Incorrect. Thomas Tallis lived before Aaron Copland.
True.
Correct. The most famous Italian sonnet form is named for Dante.
False.
Correct. The Graco company makes baby goods.
True.
Correct. Google is buying Nest, the company that makes Snuggies. Incorrect. John of Gaunt supported King Richard II.
False.
Incorrect. Dido kills Aeneas.
True.
Incorrect. The longest surah in the Quran is the cow.
True.
Correct. The Red River flows through Big Bend National Park.
True.
Incorrect. The Gothic revival began in the 14th century.
True.
Incorrect. Douglas MacArthur was the ranking general in the First Persian Gulf War.
False.
Correct. PV equals nRT is the ideal gas equation. You can go, I think we got it all in. You can go ahead and answer.
True.
Okay. That is correct. All right. Let's go through our false statements. First of all, to visit the Pythia, you would have gone to the oracle at Delphi. The Janissaries were the Ottoman Sultan's personal troops. The most famous Italian sonnet form is named for Petrarch. Google is buying Nest, but we went on to say the company that makes Snuggies, and that's not what Nest makes. Nest is making those smart thermostats, remember? They all knew that. Dido kills Aeneas. No, actually Dido kills herself. The Red River does not flow through Big Bend National Park. That's the Rio Grande. Gothic revival did not begin. Let's see, am I going beyond where we were done there? Let's see. No, we got here. The Gothic revival began in the 18th century. Douglas MacArthur was obviously a World War II general, and Norm Schwarzkopf was in charge of the first Persian Gulf War, and I think that is all we got covered. All right, now we move to NEO. Again, same situation. We've got 15 questions in 60 seconds. Our clock is set. Let's go. Warren Harding was the 22nd president. Incorrect. The Battle of Trebia was a victory for Hannibal.
True.
Correct. Noah Webster invented bifocals.
False.
Correct. Tachyons are hypothetical, faster than light particles.
True.
Correct. The Night of the Long Knives was also called Operation Hummingbird.
False.
Incorrect. Barbara Kingsolver wrote A Tree Grows in Brooklyn.
True.
That's incorrect. Entomologists study intimate relationships.
False.
That is correct. Agana is the capital of Guam.
False.
Incorrect. Ant-Man is an upcoming superhero movie.
True.
Correct. Joshua Reynolds was a portraitist.
False.
Incorrect. Thomas Hobbes lived in the 18th century.
True.
Incorrect. The 458 Spider is a Ferrari.
True.
Correct. Clara Schumann was a trumpeter.
False.
Correct. The case Wheaton versus Peters was about copyright law.
True.
Correct. The Magic Mountain is a Thomas Mann novel.
True.
That's correct. All right. We'll correct our false statements. Warren Harding was 29th president. Ben Franklin was the one who invented bifocals, along with so many other things. Betty Smith wrote A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Entomologists study insects. Thomas Hobbes lived in the 16th and 17th century, and Clara Schumann was a pianist. All right, we move on now to the next. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to move on to the next section of our game, which is our last toss-up. Got to get a game going. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back when Mind Games College Edition continues here on KSBI.
Uh-oh, you're behind the wheel and the sun is so bright you're blinded by the light and can't see a thing. Your visor doesn't stop it, so you dare to drive right into the glare. Stop blinding sun and dangerous glare with Easy View XT, the amazing fast flip-down glare blocker that blocks sun glare in a split second. Just slide Easy View XT onto any visor and that's it. It stays sure and secure, no tools or assembly required. With just a flip, you've got the sun and glare neutralizing protection you need at your fingertips. Traditional car sun visors block your view and impede your vision. Easy View XT is made of clear acrylic that you can see right through with a perfect tint to diffuse light and glare so you can keep the road ahead in clear view. Look, morning sun makes it impossible to see, but you always have a clear view with Easy View XT. With late afternoon glare, you can't see what's ahead, but with Easy View XT, you'll be amazed at what you'll see instead. It even reduces glare from oncoming headlights at night.
I drive my kids from school every afternoon directly into the sun. But now, with Easy View XT, I can actually see and keep my family safe.
I drive nearly 100 miles each day for work. And with Easy View XT, I never have to squint into the sun.
With Easy View XT, I'm a lot more comfortable and confident behind the wheel.
I won't even put my rig in gear without my Easy View XT in it.
Stop squinting and gazing into the sun and glare. Get the Easy View XT glare blocker so you can actually see. And right now it's yours for just $10. Whether it's early morning sun, blinding afternoon light, or diffusing headlight glare at night, you'll use Easy View XT driving everywhere. And there's more. Order right now and we'll double the offer and send a second Easy View XT for the passenger side. And it's yours free. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get two Easy View XT glare blockers, a $30 value for just $10. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-478-3181. That's 1-800-478-3181 or go to easyviewxt.com. Order now.
On June 28, 2012, the United States Supreme Court voted to uphold the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. Health reform is officially law. It will help the uninsured get health care insurance and add significant new prescription benefits. If you are uninsured, having trouble getting or struggling to pay for health insurance, call now. The Health Hotline is accepting calls. You now have affordable options with real benefits. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. The cost of health insurance and the denial of coverage because of pre-existing conditions has been a serious obstacle to many uninsured Americans. But now the law has changed.
If you are uninsured, having trouble getting or struggling to pay for health insurance, call now. Call the Health Hotline. All callers will get the Together Health Group Prescription Pricing Plan free. Call the Health Hotline now. Get the health insurance and prescription coverage you deserve.
Call 1-800-407-7069. That's 1-800-407-7069. Call now.
Is your big day coming up Monday on a DBZ? We're talking the best way to get in shape for your big day. Ready, Charles? In sync, baby.
The Daily Buzz, tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. on My KSBI.
Welcome back to Mind Games here on KSBI, Seminole State College versus Northeastern A&M. We are moving on now to our second toss-up round. This time we have 5 minutes or 11 questions, whichever comes first, and the totals go up. Now you're going to get $50 for a toss-up question and $25 for a bonus question, so score can change really quickly. We're going to start our second round now with the category of history, and here's our question. The first blood test for AIDS was approved by the FDA. Mikhail Gorbachev became the leader of the Soviet Union, and the first Antarctic ozone hole was discovered. In what year did these events happen? Cole.
1987.
Incorrect. Zach.
1984.
Might as well make a stab at it, right? You were both so close. 1985 was the year that we needed. Ancient history to you guys, right? Literature is the next category. Here's the question. His father played the flute but died when this character was only 3. What Arthur Miller title character works for the Wagner Company as a salesman? Willie Loman. Geography is the next category. It was an atoll popular with snorkelers with features called Turtle Cove and Nemelis Wall. Name this island nation in the Pacific with the capital at Nagaralmud. Palau. Current events now. This peer-to-peer online payment system is an anonymity-preserving digital currency. Cole.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is right. Well-known cryptocurrency not accepted by WordPress, Virgin Atlantic, and some Subway stores. Here's your current event bonus question now. Bitcoin is used on this black market website some call the eBay of drugs. The FBI shut it down in October 2013, arresting the probable founder, but version 2.0 was online by November.
Silk Road? The Silk Road.
You want me to, do you want me to have, can she defer for him to say the answer?
Okay.
Cole.
The Silk Road.
The Silk Road is correct. Okay. Moving on now to the category of literature. I wanted to make sure that I was hearing them correctly, and but I was pretty sure that he was telling her Silk Road, so we wanted to make sure we gave credit where credit is due. Literature is our next category now. Here's the question. Dante's most famous work today is probably Divina Commedia, or at least Inferno. Name the earlier, more romantic, but also more allegorical poem. Tyler.
The Divine Comedy.
Incorrect. That also features Beatrice. It was actually La Vita Nuova. Science is the next category now. Combined with galactose, this compound forms the disaccharide lactose. The D isomer is also called dextrose. What is this 6-carbon simple sugar? Tyler.
Sucrose.
Incorrect. It's a monomer of starch, cellulose, and glycogen. Megan.
Glucose.
Glucose is correct. All right, here's your science bonus question now. Sclerotin is added to this organic polymer for flexibility, but calcium carbonate is added for strength. What is this nitrogen-containing polymer similar to cellulose used by arthropods and mollusks?
Chitin.
Chitin is correct. All right, humanities is the next category. What Q verb describes the action of a higher court nullifying the decision of a lower court? This action is sometimes taken to countermand a subpoena. I think you got in there, Cole.
Query.
Incorrect. Anybody? Quash was what we needed. History is the next category. His widow was part of the Gang of Four blamed for problems during his rule. The Little Red Book, The Great Leap Forward, and the Cultural Revolution are... Cole.
Mao Zedong.
Right, Mao Zedong, associated with this ruler of China. History bonus question now for Seminole. In 1960, Sirimavau Badraniki became the world's first female prime minister. Which Asian nation did she lead?
Thailand.
Might as well make a guess. Sri Lanka or Ceylon. Pop culture is the next category. What writer of Grizzly Man and creator of Agiri, The Wrath of God, recently teamed up with AT&T to make From 1 Second to the Next, a short documentary about texting while driving? We need Werner Herzog. Take a look at your screens now for your fine arts question. If we need to identify the Venetian artist who painted this scene. He's part of a family of Venetian Renaissance painters. Don't confuse them with the Italian peach cocktail of the same name. Cole?
Bellini.
Bellini is right. He knew nothing about the cocktail. He just knew the artist, right? In case your parents are watching. Fine arts bonus question now. Take a look at your screens one more time. What man is the dead subject of this painting by Andrea Mantegna?
Jesus.
That is Jesus Christ. All right. That's the end of our game, the end of that round, and Seminole State College moves on in our tournament. But both schools are going to take home some scholarship money. We'll be back in just a moment to tell you how much and find out when you'll see Seminole State College play again. Be right back with more of Mind Games College Edition here on KSBI.
We get it. Your time equals money. And if you can't get to work, you can't get paid. Why would you want to stay all day at a dealership? We hear you loud and clear, Oklahoma. Now you can shop from work or home. Just visit us at thekeyonline.com and complete our easy online application. It usually takes about 15 minutes. Once you're approved, you can select your vehicle from our online inventory and we'll have it waiting for you. And don't worry about bad credit financing. We do that too. The Key. Cars, loans, life.
If you have a dog, then you know that accidents happen. You've tried pads, but they just spill off the corner onto the floor. Tired of coming home to a mess every single day? There's gotta be a better way. Introducing the Bullseye Pee Pads, specifically designed so your dog only pees in the center. The problem with regular pee pads is that your dog will pee anywhere on the pad, which could be messy. But the Bullseye Pee Pads have concentrated pheromones that attract your dog right to the center of the pad only. Now your dog hits the target every time, guaranteed. Bullseye. It even locks in odors and releases a pleasant scent. The revolutionary Bullseye has pheromones right in the center of the pad. Plus, the ultra-absorbent quilted material is filled with odor-eliminating micro-lock beads that absorb and hold the liquid. Watch, we poured the same amount of liquid onto both pads. See it run off a leading competitor's pad, but not the Bullseye pad. And even when we add more, it still stays off the floor for all-day use. The Bullseye is the best for puppy training and teaches your dog exactly where to go outside too, so your grass will never look like this again. No one likes to go out in the snow or cold pouring rain. The Bullseye keeps you both inside warm and dry. And the Bullseye is a must if you live in an apartment. Your dog will never need to wait for the elevator again. Stop using pads that leak on the floor or worse, onto your carpets. With the Bullseye, you'll never clean a mess again. Call now and get 24 Bullseye pee pads for only $12.99. If you order right now, we'll send you 6 more pads absolutely free. That's 30 pads. But wait, order now and you can double the offer and get 30 more. Plus, you can also get our famous Crazy Critter. This stuffing-free toy equals hours of fun for the dog you love. The Bullseye pee pads, just $12.99. Call now.
Call 1-800-509-1761. But hurry and get a special offer on a second set of Bullseye pee pads with your order. But you must call now. 1-800-509-1761.
The Centennial Rodeo Opry brings country music to the Oklahoma stage. KSBI is there each week to showcase young artists to seasoned professionals. Watch the Centennial Rodeo Opry, Sunday nights at 8 on My.
Seminole State College moves on in our Mind Games College tournament now, but everybody takes home scholarship cash. And Seminole State College gets that extra bit there for getting the special Oklahoma Energy Resources Board question correct. We do want to thank the OERB and the Chickasaw Nation for their generous support of Mind Games. Now, you will again see Seminole State College coming up a little bit later, and you can get a complete schedule of all of our games, both high school and college, at ksbitv.com. Until our next time round, we want to thank you for watching and playing Mind Games.
Mind Games is a production of KSBI Television in Oklahoma City, made possible by the Chickasaw Nation.